Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you're an oldie, welcome back, guys. So today we are doing a natural makeup routine, natural look, trying to share with you guys how you can achieve this natural look with some of your favorite go-to products. A lot of my products I'm using for this looks can be purchased at your local drugstore. It was almost going to be a drugstore look until I started using different blushes in my setting powder for this look. So unfortunately, it's not a full drugstore makeup routine, but you can definitely incorporate different other alternatives. Like for setting powder, definitely use another go-to drugstore supplies, my Maybelline Fit Me. And then also for blush, you can also use Maybelline or also Milani. So you definitely have options to opt out different things, but for the most part, it is a pretty much have a natural go-to drugstore makeup routine. And I wanted to do an updated look simply because I haven't done one in a while on my channel and things change often, as well as I incorporate new styles and techniques. So let's go ahead and get into this tutorial so you can see how I achieve this look. Alright guys, so for the first shade for this look, I'm going to be going in with the Nubian Place palette, and I'm going to be going in with this shade right here. I'm hoping for this look that it achieves that natural look that I'm going for, so that I only have to use one shadow. And I'm going in with my Morphe M433 brush. It's more of a direct brush, but it still has that feathered end so that I can still blend out as I apply the shadow in a direction. Alright, so for the most part, I'm pretty satisfied with the look. Again, I don't want it to be too dark. I don't want it to be too bronzy. I don't want it to give that type of look. I want it to actually just look like a little bit of shadow, but still look like a seamless look. So, alright guys, so we had some disconnect with the camera, but off camera, I went in and I used the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 330 as my foundation. And then as a primer, I went in with the NYX Pore Filter. So I used that as my primer, and I use that foundation. So now what we're going to do is go in and conceal my face. For concealer, what I'm going to do for this natural look is I'm going to go in with the Juvia's Place concealer in the shade J13, and I'm using it in a corner crease just to blend out some more of the natural and the soft tones and to cover up any of those areas, because I don't really focus a lot of my foundation on my T-zone area, which is my forehead, nose, under my eyes, and a little bit under my chin area right here. I don't focus a lot of my foundation in those areas because I normally conceal those areas. So I don't really like to put a lot of product on there because it's going to be covered up by concealer. But for me, I usually blend it up that way or that direction, so that way it's still something there, but not as consistent as my full face. So I'm going in with my e.l.f. concealer, and I'm going in the shade, this is a medium beige. I also have medium golden. I wasn't really sure which one I want to do, but I think I'm going to stay with my my handy dandy medium beige. That's my normal go-to for my concealer, so let's just stick with what we know and what we do, you know what I mean? So that is what we're doing here. I'm just going to go into my areas that I normally would conceal, which are my T-zones. If you ever watch any YouTube videos and they do makeup, they reference T-zone. This is what it is, and I think it's a cute little clever name because it practically makes a T. So hence the name T-zone. Okay. I go a little bit under my nose, y'all. Form like some wings a little bit. I know everybody does their concealer differently, but this is your girl. Form little wings out, and that's pretty much it. Oh, look at me. I almost forgot my little chin right here. I don't do too much right there because it blends up. So, and then as my contour areas, I go in with my concealer in the shade Deep Cinnamon, and I am going to do that, and I call that my C-zone because it forms a C around my face. Okay. But yeah, you just take it up, and I come out like that. And then you want to do the same. The other side, you just take it up, come up a little bit. Like that. Then I also just take a little bit, take it up, take it up, take it up, take it up to the front of my brows. Okay. And then we're gonna take it up here. Y'all, I'm gonna tell a story. Yesterday I burned my forehead. You can kind of see it. I put a little bit of foundation there, but I don't want to put too much on there because it's still fresh, and I didn't want to, like, I don't know, I just didn't want to put a lot there. So if you see a spot, that is intentionally like that because y'all, I put a little bit of foundation on there, but I didn't want to do too much. So this is my sponge. So what I'm going to do is spray it with my Maybelline Lasting Fix Spray just to get a little bit of moisture to the sponge. You don't want it to be wet, but you want it to be damped. So I just want to get that little bit of consistency on there so we can blend our life away. See what I mean? Like how it blends up, so we're good. Okay, girl, with your hair fixed and no nails done, put your hands up and say, okay. Okay. This little interruption in the video is to be like, I see y'all watching. I know you see you watching you, and I see you watching me. A boy you got is calling, but temptation is killing me. Okay, that's not this, but this is that I do see you guys watching, but why you're not subscribing? Just tell me, like, is it something that you need from me? Like, is it you like watching it, but it just wasn't give you that little that little scrum, that little oomph that you need to just hit that button? Like, let me know what it is. Guys, just subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate the love. Go ahead and hit that like right now. If you made it this far in the video, you can go ahead and hit that like button. You could go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And go ahead and hit that notification bell so y'all ain't missing no upload. Now let's get back into this video. To contour, blend out my contour, I'm going in with my face brush by Real Techniques. And I'm going to blend out that excess concealer that is sitting there. And we're going to blend that up. I also sprayed the brush as well so that it could be damped as well to help blend out the concealer. But you don't want it to be too wet because it may actually like take off the actual concealer. So you want to be gentle with it. And I don't really care too much if you can't see it too well. I just like make sure I can see the base a little bit. So when I go in with my powders, my contour powder, it can cover it up, or at least know where to, I can know like my guidelines on where to go to apply the product. Look at it. See, I'm blending out. Look at that. Crazy. All right guys, so for the setting powder for me today, for the setting powder for me, I'm going in with my Laura Mercier loose setting powder, and this is the translucent color. I did not do the honey. The honey has a more yellow undertone, although it would not have harmed me. I just didn't want to use anything with a color powder to avoid any possibility of actually toning out or like coloring my concealer any other shade because I notice sometimes when I have like the color, like it gives it like a dewy, or it can possibly tone down my concealer area. So I just didn't want that. Yeah, we're just going to use a translucent color, which won't hurt anything, guys. So I don't know why I look a little yellower, guys, but in real life, it's like I'm looking a little bit pale on the camera, but I'm really not. You know, we're gonna leave that right there for a minute. I'm gonna do that. All right, so while that sits, we are going to contour. Today the contour, we're gonna go with our Black Radiance, and this is in the shade Bronze Glow. So we're gonna use that to contour my face. And I'm going in with my e.l.f. taper brush. Be very careful when you use this, y'all, because it has a lot of fallout, like a lot. So you want to make sure that you know your product, because you don't want to get too heavy-handed and then all of a sudden you be looking real chiseled in the cheek area and you be like, what happened? No, you know what happened. That product is heavy as butter, okay? So just know your product. Know when you have a lot of fallout for some products, make sure you just like tap it like you heard me tap it, because it can be very, you know, it could be your best friend or your worst enemy, guys. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? I'm really in loosey goosey, y'all. Hold on. Yeah, I did too much, y'all. So we toned it down a little bit. It's still a lot. And I know why. I seriously did too much brush. So since I'm in this palette, I'm just gonna use a little bit of that as a base for my highlighter. I don't know why y'all can't see me like this. I'm actually gonna go on some of the eyeshadow, the silver, the gold right there, and I'm gonna use that a little bit because I've noticed a lot that certain eyeshadows work better as a highlighter opposed to like the actual highlighters that they like, you know, get in the store and stuff like that. So okay, that's pretty much it for the natural look. What I'm going to do off camera is put my lashes on, put my mascara on my bottom lash, and put a little bit of the brown that I use on the lid on the waterline, and then come back with the final look. So I'll be back, guys. All right, guys, well, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did and made it this far and haven't already done it from your pop-up in the video, please go ahead and subscribe, hit that like button and that notification bell, guys, so y'all are not missing an upload. And as always, guys, stay true and stay you, and I will see you guys in the next video.